The update was expectedly grim, as investigators continued to scour the grounds of a Toronto home where a suspected serial killer stored his tools. The exhausted detective in charge stopped by. This is a 24-hour operation and a horrific one.
We believe there are more victims on top of those 5, and as we identify those victims, I can't give you any idea about a number, but I do expect more charges to be laid.
The ominous prediction comes after police seized more than a dozen planters from homes that hired Bruce McArthur as a landscaper.
We're not just grabbing every planter we see. If there's an indication from the K9 units that there's some decomposition around that planter, we'll grab it.
The implication is chilling, considering police have found the remains of at least 3 people in just 2 planters they've examined. At the same home those were taken from, the plan now to warm up the frozen ground with heaters and start digging. He's retired now, but for 14 years, Kevin Bryan was a forensic investigator. He says the scope of the McArthur investigation is staggering and will be tedious. Only certain parts of the remains will reveal key information.
Typically, the skull, ribs can give you if there's broken ribs or if there's ribs with cut marks in them, that can indicate a cause of death.
Grisly details. Peter's Scromo follows them all with the horror of someone who might have ended up a victim too. Scromo knew McArthur for years when they met up in Toronto last spring. He says they had drinks at this bar. Then McArthur offered him a lift to his hotel. A friendly encounter turned intimate, then suddenly violent.
He really grabbed my neck, violently twisted it right to his crotch, and his pants were undone. And that's when I really was quite disturbed.
Scromo managed to get away and never saw McArthur again.
I have an 18.5-inch neck. My neck is big. And for him to grab my neck with one hand, twist it like that, I literally thought one more second he would have snapped and broken my neck, and I was a dead man.
Scromo says he had no idea, but some of McArthur's dating profiles suggest he was into violent sex. Today, a man posted how McArthur pursued him on a gay chat app last fall. In online messages, he says when McArthur told him he was into asphyxiation too, he got scared and blocked him. Experts say violent sexual fantasies are common among serial killers.
They rehearse in their head for many years, and then eventually they begin to sort of experiment and flirt with the idea of actually acting them out.
If they know, police aren't saying how the 5 men McArthur is accused of killing died. Only that it's a matter of when, not if, they'll find more. Joanna Rumeliotis, CBC News, Toronto.
There are more than 30 properties being scrutinized by police. This investigation is big and it's getting bigger. Dozens of tips continue to come in, and the search for remains and other evidence has already expanded well beyond Toronto to properties in Peel, York, and Durham regions.